It's Monday, July 3rd, and I'll be shopping on the 5th for my food shopping, but I figure I'd mention I'm trying this low-carb pizza crust by Wholesome Yum. Some lady mentioned that there's a like crust with like eggs and stuff. This is like a low-carb based crust. I don't think it's not titled low-carb on her site, but it's definitely a low-carb crust, and you spread it low, paper thin. It kind of looks like you're baking eggs, kind of. You gotta spread it thin, even layer. I did it as thin as possible. I think that's a 10-inch crust, I believe, so we'll see how she turns out. Okay, it looks like a good pizza crust, and it's firm, so we'll see how she tastes. I'm sure it tastes good, judging by the look of it. Okay, the pizza crust really was good. It tasted like it had flour in it when it didn't, so I would definitely recommend people try this. I went to Superone's, and I spent about $212 and something cents there. And I got some pork chops that I needed 3 pounds for, and I found out they had some blackberries. I got 2 of them, they were on sale. They also had these on sale, which are cauliflower. I got 2 of those and 2 broccolis. I'm going to put those in quart-sized bags, so if a recipe calls for it, I can measure it out, like if I was making soup or something like that. I got 4 cream cheeses that were on sale. They were buy 2, get them on sale. I think you could buy more than 2, though, but otherwise I got some Gouda cheese because I heard shredding, and I got double cheddar. I don't know if I ever tried that one or not, but I'm basically shredding my cheese because the lady said there's some kind of crap they put in shredded cheese that's not good for you, so you're better off shredding the block, I guess. So I'm going to try and stick to that now. I got some mushrooms that I'm planning on making cream of mushroom soup, like the 10-ounce cans, and I measure it based on how many cups were in the cans, and I wrote it down how much equals a small can. Then if a recipe for my crock pot or anything else calls for it, it'll be in the freezer. I just have to thaw it or throw it in the crock pot and it'll still cook. And I got 2 things of sliced mushrooms because I needed this for recipe. I think it was a cup or 2 I needed. Something I never bought before in my life. It's brand new to me. I don't know if it's new to you guys. These are lemonade apples. It's hard to zoom in a little bit. There we go. I got 3 of those. My friend's going to try some. I got 2 onions, and of course I bought bell peppers. I only buy them if I have to slice them, because if I put them sliced in my freezer, they'd break into chunks, so I just keep the chopped versions of them in there, and I just slice fresh ones. I only buy fresh ones if they have to be sliced for recipes. I got some green tea, even though it was on sale, and I don't drink green tea too much, but I do get green tea for my plants. So if you brew like a cup of this, let it cool to room temperature or whatever, then dump it in your watering can for your fruits and vegetables and stuff. If my garden looks like it needs like help, and it helps them fight off sicknesses, basically that's what that does. Got some Cajun seasoning. Need a backup of that. I can't remember where the other one went. I don't know if I used it up or not. Regardless of that, I got vanilla extract because once I open my new one, I get a backup one. And then I got some extra cooking spray in case I need it. That one's a Pan brand. Rosie got mad and pitched a fit, so I had to buy a cantaloupe. Because she couldn't go shopping with me, so I got her a big one. This one's really huge. I got some bananas to make some of Rosie's her treats that I make with the coconut oil. I give her 2 for lunch, and I give her 2 for before bed. They're really healthy for her. She doesn't have a reaction to the coconut, thank goodness. Okay, and some more stuff. I had less room on my table. I had gold potatoes. I got a bag of those. I got 2 things of eggs. They were cheaper than the Walmart ones this time. I got 2 ranch dip mixes because I like to have ranch dip once in a while. I got some brown rice for Rosie's food. I had to make her crock pot food with my vegetables because she wouldn't have had any food in the morning otherwise, so I had to give her my vegetables. I don't think she's allergic to them. I also got some sodium-free chicken broth. I got some Frank's Red Hot Sauce because you need that for spicy food, because you're supposed to eat spicy food because of all the sinuses. I was having trouble with that smoke that came up, that Canada smoke. Apparently the Canada smoke, that wildfire smoke affected my sugars, and I got a 300 one day with a 400 and a 500. It was 300, 400, 500, and then 400 at lunch. So it affects your sinuses, also affects your blood sugar. I just learned that the hard way. I got Parmesan cheese, and of course I got my 2 grapes. Last month, or my birthday month, I ended up going through 7 bags of grapes. And yes, the red ones are really good. I got 2 of these. I got restaurant style. I don't remember if I ever tried restaurant style. I know I've tried this salsa, but I don't remember if I tried restaurant. I think I have, but I just can't remember. The chicken was pricier. I know people would say, go to Walmart and get their chicken. Their chicken's too tough. This chicken's actually nice and soft. I mean, the other chicken's so tough. I can't even stand eating it. I get sick of eating it after a while. So this one I don't. So I got like the $10 one, and I got two family size. One for $13.78 and $12.86. So that was money, but I'm okay with them. I just want chicken that I could tolerate because the Walmart chicken's too tough. This chicken's actually better. It's a little softer. And the fruit strips, they changed their names to the Black Forest. I think that's a fetch item, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to say which are items anymore because I can't keep track of those. I'm trying to concentrate on saving money as much as I can, even though I spend a lot of it. I got an orange marmalade and it's got a handle on it. It's like they want you to drink that. That's for a recipe. And I got apricot fruit jam. That's for a recipe. I quit buying the Great Value brand of maple syrup. They had two maple syrups. One was $12, one was $13. I bought two new ones to try. I heard the Walmart one, even though it says maple syrup on the bottom, they said that there's fructose and high fructose corn syrup in there, and they just don't put it down in the ingredients and bad stuff like that. So we're going to try these two and see what I think. So I might have to pay a little more for it, but as long as it's healthy, I don't care. I got distilled vinegar. I don't just buy this for cleaning. I used to buy the cleaning vinegar, but I decided to stick to the distilled vinegar because the cleaning vinegar I can't cook with, and if I need to use some of this for cooking, I'm not a fan of vinegar. I'd rather have some vinegar that I can, you know, cook with. So I decided to go distilled. You just take a third cup of this, a drop of dish soap. You can use antibacterial or whatever brand you want, and then you take warm water. Then you, after you're done sweeping or vacuuming your dog's hair off the floor, it helps kill the wet dog smell that some houses have dog smells or wet dog smells like that, because my dog used it to wee pads in the house. So that kind of kills the smell down pretty much. I got some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, so I got this for a recipe. And even though I didn't need these noodles, they were on sale. And if anything, I can kind of stockpile little ingredients so I don't have to buy pasta all the time. That kind of helps me on the side. So I'm just keeping some things on hand in case the prices go higher and you want to save a little money on stuff, I guess, or whatever the excuse is. I'm not trying to stockpile pasta all around my house. Just keep it in stock so I have enough. Like I showed that one video where I had all my extra food. It's good to have extra food on hand just in case you need it. So far, no food shortages. It looked like some of the sandwich meats were food shortages, so I wasn't worried about that. But anyways, I'll get back to the next haul. Will be the Walmart haul, of course. Okay, before my Walmart haul, I put how to make recipes for air fryer, casserole, and crock pot. So I'm going to try and see if I can make recipes from scratch. Some people do that. I printed a sheet. You have to look these up online. I looked up air fryers, and they'll tell you what kind of foods and stuff and how many minutes you can cook for, meats, stuff like that. Dessert recipes, and then put your favorite items and stuff, I guess, down there. There's a practice. And then I got foods you can put casserole dishes and stuff. The casserole one's over here, and then the crock pot one's over here, and then the bottom it says don't overcook, blah, 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 in the crock pot, so you get the idea. Now with the Walmart haul. I ended up getting quick rolled oats because the old-fashioned oats popped, so I got stuck buying these. I think you can use this for granola. I think you can still, even if it's not the regular old ones. I think it's okay. I got some mangoes. I was trying to get some figs. They didn't have any dried figs, so I had to substitute mangoes. Like the raisins, or like the grapes, I want to mix the words up. I got 2 raisins like I did with my grapes. I got 2 dark chocolate cocoa powders to make my dark chocolate bars is what I do with these. So I don't have to buy those chocolate ones from the store. Some of them are shot up with so much sugar it's not even funny. I got 2 sour creams, and I got a pepperoni in case I want to make some thing. I'll freeze that, and I'll take out the slices I need to make, like if a crock pot. I hear there's a crock pot pasta dish you can make. I'm not sure if I remember I printed that recipe or not. But I bought the pepperoni, so I don't need to worry about that. I got some gluten-free all-purpose flour. I got some Rosie some meat, because she didn't have any canned items. I had to do... And I couldn't even get butternut squash this time. It was pricey, so I decided I'll buy 2 of them in town at a time, even though it's pricey. But I ended up using roughly 1 pound of this. I used some rice and stuff, and I did pretty much switch everything around for her. It's a skin allergy recipe I found, and basically she had no carrots and stuff, and I had to buy the carrots and everything, so I decided to substitute cauliflower and broccoli because I don't think that's going to hurt her, basically. It's a crock pot recipe, too. These are the ingredients, if I can focus this thing without screwing this up. It's basically got turkey, butternut squash, stuff like that in there. It's really hard to focus with my digital camera. But yeah, oh, there we go, it's focusing. And then you put, those are the ingredients. You basically just give it a stir in the crock pot and let it go for 6 hours on high, and then you stirring occasionally and you wait for the rice to be done. I ended up straining this through the strainer no matter what, but her itching went down because of that, so it's progress, right? Okay, now I have flour, if I forgot to say that, too, and I already said that, I don't know that part. White cheddar, I got a block because, like I said, that lady says you want to shred it, so I'll go back to shredding cheese. I got sliced almonds, slivered almonds, I got raw honey. I have 6 pounds left of my grass-fed meat, and the dog can eat the grass-fed, so I don't really give her this meat. I give her the turkey. I think it's better for her because she doesn't have an allergy to that. Anyways, I use 6, I buy 6. That's my rule. Dad taught me to keep a lot of meat in the house in case, you know, somebody can't take me shopping for a while. Then I'm stuck with what I got, and I'd have to buy more meat than that. That's pretty stupid. I got 2 milks left in my fridge. I bought 4 because they're not going to last long because I went back to drinking my tea. Unsalted butter. I got tilapia fish because I'm sick and tired of eating too much salmon and trout. I know that's healthier for you because it's wild caught, but I prefer to have, I don't care if that's farm raised. They should make it wild caught tilapia, honestly, because I like that. It's one of my favorite fish. I don't think it affects your weight, though. They might say, oh, those fillers will affect your weight. I don't think that's all true, really. I'm not sure. Fillers aren't good for you, but I don't think that the fish diet they're fed is going to hurt your weight. It's not like they eat a bag of chips every day, you know. I got a big bag of raspberries. That was like grabbing 2. Now, the milk tea that I like to do is I take a cup of whatever nut milk tea you like. It can be sweetened, unsweetened. But I do the unsweetened vanilla one. And then I brew a cup of this and a cup of that, and then I let it cool down slightly so I could stir the honey in. I stir in a little drizzle of honey. It's really good. I got 4 of the vegan dark chocolate chips. I got 3 gravy mixes because it's good to have gravy mixes on hand, even though I got homemade recipes like that, stuff like that. Regardless. I got this. I never tried. I wasn't planning on buying it, but someone said they look good, and so I'll try them, I guess. The chipotle chili pepper I needed. I got the sprinkle decorating mix to make some cosmic brownies, and that's just for that purpose only. I'm not going to be using them after that, I guess. I'm going to eat, or maybe I'll just use them to make cosmic brownies. The lady found a healthy one, but the healthy decorating chips, I guess, are pricey on Amazon, because Amazon is pricier than any other store. I think eBay's cheaper in my book, but whatever. They say Temu, I guess, is the new one. It's a Chinese company. I don't care what country these companies come from, but I don't know if that would trust that one, so I just stick to certain products I buy on Amazon otherwise. And I got hamburger buns. And I got some fruit cups. The dog wants to be in the picture. She wants all the food right now. I got her 4 of each of the canned food items. Since I couldn't get her butternut squash, like I said, I had to buy it. But I bought the 4 sets of these, each of these. I put the rest on the floor. I got the red kidney beans, sweet peas. I got green beans and sliced carrots. I'm just going to rinse them with water and get whatever. This one doesn't have salt, but the other ones I couldn't find salt-free, so I'll just rinse the salt off. I've done that before. I got 3 pounds of 3 pounds of bacon. Yeah, when I call that ground beef so bad. I got my favorite juice. I got 3 of these. I put them in the basement, so then if I treat my sugar in emergency-wise, I can run in the basement when I'm doing my walks in the basement at nighttime. If I can't sleep, I like to walk in the basement and make myself tired to sleep, not so if my sugar goes low or nothing like that. This is also a fetch item, too. It's the white grape one with the apple juice. I got 5 planktons. The sparkling ice drinks, my favorite. I got the Idahoan. I got 2 of these. I got one of these I'm just going to keep on hand. One of them's for the pork chop recipe. I got some lettuce seeds and some sweet pepper seeds. I'm going to stock up on seeds so that next year when I do my bucket garden, I'll post what my bucket garden looks like outside. I have my little garden with the fence outside. And that's keeping my garden safe so far. The Dove has a bagger in it because it popped open a little spilled out, which isn't a big deal. The Dawn, I think, was also another fetch item. A dry cough coming up. I got the salsa, the Tosti's salsa was actually also a fetch item. I forgot to mention that, so I wrote down which ones. I looked them up quickly before starting this one. The bananas, the teas, and these are the swagbucks ones. The bananas, the teas, the meats, ground meats, the milk, the eggs, and the chicken, and the apple, onion, butter, and all the other stuff. I'm not sure how much I got, but I'll post that too. Whatever apps I'm using, I'll post. I'm not using iBoat anymore because they want you to buy all these pricey items. This one I just bought because I was craving soda. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the haul, and have a nice day. Must have forgot to put these on the table. These are Ranger cherries. I bought a bag of these on Friday from the store in town. They were a little on sale, but even though they're pricey, but I went through a whole bag in a weekend. I was done by Monday roughly with them, but I bought a bag of these at Walmart, and I'm going to probably chop these up because these are I think they come out in June. They're wild rainforest cherries. They're my favorite. They only come out in June, and I think they last till September, and then they're gone for good, which sucks. I wish they'd last all year long regardless. Before I forget, this was also in the haul too, in the Walmart. My little garden. My friend helped me put up the post. I had to lift the bricks up. Dad's bricks used to be over here, so I took them underneath the old toppers where Dad used to put his push mower. I don't remember what all the stuff in here is. I had to make, I decided instead of tying it, I did a chain and I sewed a button on there with a loop so I can undo it, and I have to move those two to get in there. I'm going to try and block the ground with something so the grass doesn't grow too high. Otherwise, wood ticks will be around my garden. I already got bit by those Lyme disease ones, but I didn't get the Lyme disease. I got it treated before it could do anything, so the disease is gone, and I hear it can go away. I have my orange bell pepper plant right here. There's one that's hard to see growing on the top right here. There's one down there. It's an orange bell pepper. Apparently they turn green before orange. I got strawberry plant, and there's another one over here in this bag, but it's also growing a raspberry plant because I must have threw a raspberry in there and not realized it. Some things aren't growing so far, so I don't know if they're alive or they're growing or not. I know there's a bell pepper plant. I think that's a red one over there. I got a bean plant. I think this is an acorn squash one. And I also have, besides that red bell pepper plant down here, before I my mouth, I can't say words correctly sometimes. I got tomato plant from my neighbor with the tomato thing on it. I got a tomato plant already, but having a backup isn't a big deal. I got some other plants. I forgot what they are. One of them's probably a squash, and I know one of them's a yellow squash, and I can't remember what the other one, if it was a yellow bell pepper. Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't remember. I got two potato plants. I almost said tomato again. And these ones are actually, the first time I grew a potato plant, I grew it through the winter a little bit, and it grew small potatoes because I had the stem down. So like my neighbor said, put them with the stem up inside the bucket. So I'm only doing bucket gardens. So far this is, not sure what these ones are, but this is that's a cantaloupe. I'm trying to grow a roseate cantaloupe, see if I can do that. That's another tomato plant. That's the one that's a tomato plant. So far, it's a small garden. It's a practice garden. It's really horrible how my neighbor cut down all those trees just so he could watch me. He's like stalking me. I don't like that, but he's not allowed in my yard. The sheriff told him to stay out, but neighbors know if he's in my yard, he'll go to jail. Cut the story short. That's why I used to have trees over there in my dad's yard. But otherwise, basically, this is a practice garden. So whatever grows, I'm keeping paper, notepads on what turns out, and I'm making sure that they get watered every day. If it rains, I don't bother watering because they're getting fresh rain. The bricks are to keep critters from going in there, so I got to move these two just to unlock that one with the button. And my plan is to have this small garden on this side. I might have another one of these next year, but I got to figure out what kind of paper to put underneath of him. So I'm I think there's like some house paper in the house or something I could use, or maybe there's a board or something I could find and block the bottom, or a rug or something to block the bottom so they don't grow up and I get a bunch of wood ticks in the stupid garden. Not that the garden's stupid, but it would be stupid if I had wood ticks all over my garden. That would be stupid. So this is my little practice garden. I'm thinking maybe I'll have another one of these fences. Maybe somebody, my friend can help, and her granddaughter can help me put up the next one. I was thinking of having another little one maybe next to it. I'd have to put more bricks out or something, and I got some bricks still under Dad's stuff in there. And rock stuff or whatever I can get to hold the edges down. So far, nothing's breaking in the garden. So far, the garden's going good, and I thank God for that. So far, I got bell peppers for that, and we'll see what grows. Hopefully no critters get in here. I'm going to probably have to crochet a scarecrow, maybe, if I ever had a chance. I'll do some kind of creature. At least they say in the front yard, or my dog would scream at it for sure. If there was a scarecrow, she'd probably think a person was in the yard. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my haul and my garden. Thank you.